Alex Behan with Kate's Eye Press and with Mando Gutierrez, who returns to action on June 25th at Lights Out Championship 8. Mando, how are you?
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very happy to be talking with you. Dude, you're less than a month out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Honestly, super great. But usually this is the part of camp where my body's in shock because I'm starting to switch up the routine and switch up the diet. But this time around, I'm not even cutting weight, so it's nice. It's like I'm just focused on feeling my best ever, which is a different kind of challenge, but I like it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome to hear. Um, man, so since you're not cutting weight, I mean, how's this camp kind of been?
Um, Training with no hoodie on, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the type that like for me work when I'm training, I like to get a good workout and I like to sweat. I like to sweat a lot. It makes me feel like more accomplished, like I did more. I think it's just the wrestler in me, that's like deep rooted in my brain. So that's been a change of pace for me. It's just kind of like doing my thing. And also the eating more. Usually I don't really eat in the mornings, and now I'm like getting the start off to my day eating. So like some things are changing in a weird way, but I'm here for it. It's cool. I mean, I still get to eat with my family and friends. Like Memorial Day, I got to be a part of the cookout. Like usually, I gotta pick apart a little plate or something, but now I'm eating good, so it'll be nice. I mean, I'm just focused on making sure it's all good weight, not bad weight. Just doing what I do.
Awesome. Before we get to your upcoming fight, man, I wanted to talk about your fight in February. How do you feel about that performance?
Um, I feel good that he was a jiu-jitsu ace. Like he was so good. Everyone was talking about how good he was on the mat, and I just completely manhandled him. I don't like the fact that I didn't get a finish. If you look at my track record, I have a thing for first round finishes, and that one didn't really follow suit. So it burned for a while. It definitely pissed me off, but it was a good kind of pissed off because it just pushed me harder and it let me know the things I needed to work on and the things I needed to polish up on. So we did just that, and we've been in the lab ever since, just getting to work, doing what we got to do.
Hey, I was going to ask you, are you bummed that it snapped your 100% finish rate?
Yeah, absolutely. The 100% finish rate and the 100% finish rate in the first round, both of them kind of sucked, but it's all good. I mean, it was nice that I got to see a fight go the distance because I never felt that before. So it was nice to see those, to win a belt off of a hard fought fight, and it was nice, against a tough, formidable opponent. And I'm all about it. I'm here to see every part of this game. I wanna just. It's one of those things where like now it's not in my head anymore. Now I don't have to wonder, oh, what's it gonna feel like third, fourth, fifth round? I know what these things are like now.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was going to ask you. Like, do you feel, you might not have got the finish, but you let your opponents go? Like, you're not just a knockout artist. You can go 15 minutes if need be.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's good. I mean, I got the gas tank to prove it, and I got the heart to prove it. Even if my gas tank fades, my heart never will. I'll be right in your face doing the same thing I've been doing the entire time. I don't got to go forever. I just got to go 1 second longer than the other person.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So you're going back to Lights Out where you started your professional career. How's that feel?
It feels incredible, man. Fighting for my boy Matt Brendo, even as an amateur, most of my fights were with him. Grand Rapids feels like it's a home to me. I just feel like I'm back home and better than ever and ready to just show Grand Rapids what I've been working on, man. It's just like I feel so at home at that place. I feel like that's where it was just meant to be, you know. And before we try to make a push and state our claim for the big show, I feel like this is the perfect place to be and the perfect place to do it. It's just you couldn't write a better way to make it happen.
Your first fight back and you're fighting for the featherweight strap. That must feel good, right?
Yeah, it feels great. And I was actually their amateur champion. And my fight in February, I was the amateur champion there as well. So I went from amateur to pro champ, and now it's time to graduate again. It's going to be my second time graduating, 2 fights back to back. So it'll be nice to go out there and graduate to pro champ again and, keep it moving from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Sean McPadden, man. It's kind of weird. You guys both lost on the same exact card in LFA. What the hell?
I don't know. It must have been something in there that day. What people don't know is actually we cut weight together. He helped me finish my weight cut that day. Like I'm cool with the dude. I was surprised that he asked for it, but I mean, ain't no bitch in me, man. I'll take the fight with whoever. If they say yes, we'll take it. And also, ideally, I wish the fight wasn't at 145 pounds, but he was the only dude taking the fight. And when I say that, I truly do mean it. We asked tons of names. We knocked on every door we knew. And I wanted a tough fight. I wanted somebody good with a big record, you know, a tough record. And all these guys were saying no. And I mean, we didn't really have a choice. So we took the fight that was available, and we were only a month out. And props to him. He's a tough dude. He's a real one. He wanted to take the fight, and we're going to put on a show. I'm glad that it's somebody like him that is going to want to stand in front of me and take what I've worked for. But I mean, I got other plans. So I'm going to go out there and do what I do, and we're going to put on a show, and I'm going to walk out of there with my hand raised.
Before we talk about him, man, I wanted to go back to your first professional loss because I find it fascinating how professional athletes deal with their first professional loss. So what were the emotions like that night?
Obviously it was something I'd never felt before. So no one's ever prepared to go through that type of feeling. You know, to me, I work way too hard to lose. I do everything in my power to make sure that never happens. And honestly, that night, it was a feeling that I never had. I didn't really know how to wrap my head around it, but I went back to the room, collected my thoughts, and thought to myself, this was part of God's plan. This is part of the process. This is meant to happen on this night. I don't know why right now. I know it hurts right now, but there was a reason for this. And anybody who knows me knows I'm big on my religion. I'm big on my faith, and I just had to put all my trust in God that He was doing the right thing. And looking back now, He most definitely did the right thing that night, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have realized all the things that I needed to fix, and I would have kept thinking that I was doing everything perfect. For whoever watched that fight, after I got stumbled, or after I got dropped, I should say, he completely floored me. I mean, it was like a flash knockout, and I came back to it, and I still threw up two pretty solid submissions that almost finished the fight. If I would have finished that fight in that moment, I would have still thought I was doing everything perfect. I would have thought everything was going right. I wouldn't have changed anything, but no, that wasn't the case. I had to take a deep look at myself and realize what I was doing wrong. I mean, at the time, I thought I knew everything. So it taught me a lot. It brought me back down to reality, and it was a big blessing in disguise, because ever since then, I've leveled up a lot more, and I've done a lot of things in my camp, or just in my just lifestyle changes in general, training changes in general, that definitely have brought my game to a new level, and I'm ready to show it.
Awesome. That's awesome, hey, man. Thank you for sharing that with me. So with Sean, how do you like the matchup?
I love the matchup. It's two jiu-jitsu aces going at it, and you know what that means. It's probably going to be on the feet, and I love that. I saw a little something that he typed up not too long ago saying that that's where a lot of questions haven't been answered on my part, and I love that he thinks that way, because I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. So we're ready for wherever the fight goes. I'm expecting a full, complete Sean McPadden, and he's going to get the best version of me possibly imaginable. So I hope he's ready. I know he's training hard. I know he'll be ready to go. He's fresh off a big win that got him feeling good about himself, but I'm going to bring him right back down to reality. So I'm just working hard. I have a good incentive to win this fight. I have a lot of motive. I have a lot of people behind me ready to watch me do my thing, and I'm just ready to put on a show for everybody and just, let my hard work show once again.
Yeah, like you said, it'll probably be on the feet. So can we expect maybe a Mando knockout? I mean,
absolutely. That's always the goal, and I always end up lying to people. But no, this time I truly mean it. That's exactly what we're striving for. I'm trying to go out there and knock his block off and take it home with me. So ideally, that'll be the case. I'm not expecting him to fade anywhere quick, though. So it's going to take me a little longer to cook him to the bone, but I sure do think so. I think we're gonna cook him up and get him ready to go. So I think we'll get him out of there. It's gonna take some time, but we'll get him out of there. That's for sure. I don't like going the distance. I like getting my nights done early and doing what I do. So I'm trying to make it a quick night, get up out of there, go home, enjoy my check, enjoy my food, call it a day, move on to the next one.
Awesome, man. And fighting in Michigan, you can have a lot of family and friends in the in the arena.
Absolutely, it's gonna be that place is gonna be swarmed with people there for Mando. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a great time. Actually, I'm not even from Michigan, but when I'm fighting, you'd swear I'm from here. So every time I fight Grand Rapids, that's my city, man. That's my second home. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful situation. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Finally, man, what do you want the rest of your year to look like? Not looking past your opponent, but I mean, you have a very nice record, a bunch of finishes. You look like a perfect candidate for the Contender Series. Is that something that you would like to hop on this year, or do you want to keep building your name, keep working yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I took this fight for one reason and one reason only. I wanted a tough name before the Contender Series to, you know, start getting some wind under my sails. I wanted to go out there and take care of business. Obviously I'm not looking past Sean at all. I want to go out there and put on a great performance against a great competitor and state my claim to punch my ticket to the show. And all I got to do, all I need is an opportunity. I don't need everything. I don't need anything handed to me. If they give me the opportunity to fight on the Contender Series, I'll go out there and get a quick finish or get an impressive win and punch my ticket just like that. So honestly, I'd love to compete on the Contender Series, but I have my hands full with Sean McPadden, and I got to go take care of that first, and then we'll be able to talk again afterwards. And God willing, everything will go good, and we'll be able to hop right back in there and be on the Contender Series at some point later on this year. And then after that, just get ready for what's next.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Mando, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you got, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
On Instagram, it's just El Toro Gutierrez. That's where I post most of my stuff. So if anybody wants to check me out, go ahead and do so on there. On Facebook, it's Mando Gutierrez MMA. Y'all can check me out on there as well, and I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for your time, and I hope everybody gets to tune in on June 25th and watch the Toro show do what he does.